Hello, gorgeous ladies of the B1 Global community. It's Jo Martin here. I'm the founder of One of Many. If we haven't met before, if you've just joined us in the community, a big welcome. It's Money Week here at One of Many, and every year or so we spend a good bit of time focusing on finance because it's one of those things that can really be our undoing. So today I wanted to dig in for a few minutes here on the problem with women and money. If you're joining me live, hello, say a hello in the comments box. It'd be great to see you. I wanted to start with some very cool statistics here this morning. So I've got them here so I remember to get them right. So first one is some very good news about women and wealth in this country, in the UK where I am. But I'm sure there is research and statistics that are similar in Australia, the US, and European nations. Here in the UK right now, there are now more women millionaires aged between 18 and 34 than there are men millionaires. Ha! That's great, right? The other cool thing is that it's estimated that by the year 2025, women are going to hold more than 60% of the personal wealth in this country. And I'm sure we would see statistics echoed like this all over. Hello, ladies. Hi, Trudy and Adelaide and Jill and Dorset. Good to have you girls. Good to see you. Oh, and Shah. Hello, my darling. So we really are in a position of huge opportunity around money. Not just that, but CNN reported recently that the largest economic force in the world isn't India, it's not China, it's actually women. And if we started to really feel into what that means about the choices we're making about where we're spending our money, the choices we're making about how we're investing our money, if we felt into that, owned it, and actually started making different decisions because of it, holy crap, ladies, we could actually change the world here. I'm not kidding. You know, it's not a nation, it's us. If we really kind of got smart and confident around our money, came from that place that we have in our heart, things could really, really transform at a global level. And that's what I'm really excited about. But then you flip that to the other side and there's a few challenges around money as well, because money is one of those things which causes us the greatest amount of distress for many women too. Only 7% of the population here in the UK, and again, I'm sure this is similar around the world, are on track for a retirement that they want. 4.5 million women in the UK are losing sleep over their money. And that's not just not having it, by the way. Yes, for some people, it's not knowing how they're going to make ends meet. But for 57% of women, it's because they don't have enough savings for their future. They're stressed about the amount of savings they've got. And for 28%, it's because they're doing okay, but they've got a huge debt that they just don't know how they're ever going to get rid of, or variations of this. There's huge stress and lack of sleep happening around money. Add to that our very commonly stated statistic that we bandy about here at One of Many, because it is so impactful, that we're 60% more likely to suffer job stress and burnout than men are. We are really on edge around this thing, and so much of it is driven because of this underlying money thing. And arguments about money are the top predictor of divorce. If you would take any couple, if they're arguing about money, it's one of the top predictors that that couple is not going to make it. So money is a huge stressor. So on the one hand, there's huge opportunity for us around money at the moment, but on the other hand, there's huge challenges, and it's causing us so much stress. We give so much of our power away to financial things, whether they're financial issues, financial decisions, and we end up just stressed, lying in bed at night, wondering what we're going to do, feeling like a failure, not able to talk to our partners about it. If we have partners, we feel like we kind of, always get at loggerheads, and so we feel trapped. How many of you can relate to that? If you're listening in here, I'd be really interested to know, does this resonate with you? How many of you can relate to that kind of anxiety or stress around money? How does it make you feel when you think about it? But I think we need to change it, right? Because there's also I'm starting with quite a bit of research today, but there's some interesting research from Lloyds Bank, which shows that in households where women make the long-term financial decisions for that household, so if in a partnership where there's a man and a woman, if a woman is making the long-term financial decisions, 92% of those households will have long-term savings. If men are making the long-term financial decisions, it's something like, I want to say 84%. Let me just make sure that I've got the number exactly right. 82%, less than 82% of those households where men are making the long-term financial decisions have long-term savings, which is interesting for me, because what that says is women are actually better at long-term financial strategy than men are, right? According to the research from Lloyds Bank, and they've looked at a hell of a lot of accounts. So why is this? Like, why is it so? As I dig into this and I talk to incredibly smart women, some of them running very good businesses, some of them very good at their jobs, some of them even in financial roles inside their organization. I'm talking about, talking to departmental accountants and goodness knows what, people who know figures and know money. You talk to them about managing their business accounts or the company accounts or whoever, and they're all good with it. But you dig in and then talk to them about their own financial position, their own finances. And I love this, Susanna said, blind panic, anxiety. The anxiety kicks in, the worry kicks in, the fear that's there, the concern of what if I make a wrong decision? And we get all deer in headlights and we absolutely lose our confidence. And when we lose our confidence, what do? We don't make decisions, which if we're single, we just kind of come and go and spend. If we're in a relationship, we might delegate to our partner to make the decisions. And frankly, you might be better positioned to make those decisions. In the end, decisions don't happen. And when decisions don't happen, that's when trouble is close on the tails. So we really need to look into this, ladies, because I believe that the only feasible explanation for the difference between why women do better at money than men in most of the research out there, compared to why in most households men are making the long-term decisions, the only thing I can think of is that it's lack of confidence, that women don't feel confident around money. So if you don't feel confident around money, it seems to me you're not alone, right? We've spoken to a lot of women in our community, and absolutely that's the case. So you're not alone if you don't have that confidence. And it makes sense too. Look back over our history, right? It's only really been in the last 60 odd years that we've been, really able to find a place in the workplace. And even then, we weren't really able to make big decisions. Gradually, we've kind of started to shuffle our way into some boardrooms and be listened to and taken seriously. There's absolutely nothing like a parity in terms of leadership positions or decision making. But hey, we're there, we're getting somewhere. So if you look at that versus the 6,000 or 7,000 year history of money, it stands to reason that almost at a kind of generational level, we've been taught unconsciously, the paradigm unconsciously is that women are no good with money and you should leave that to the men. We should just be bought and sold as chattels to be married off. Oh my God, I went and saw The Taming of the Shrew by the Royal Shakespeare Company just recently up here in Stratford, and they reversed the gender roles. So it was this matriarchy, a very dominating matriarchy. I don't suggest that at all, but it was very interesting to watch. Dominating matriarchy, organizing and brokering the marriages of their sons. Oh my God, it was food for thought. But it just goes to show, right, that this is the paradigm that we've been brought up in. Does this resonate? So almost we're inheriting this lack of confidence around money from our parents and our grandparents and our mothers, grandmothers, and great grandmothers, and what have you. So you're not alone. It makes sense, but bearing in mind the fact that we could actually change the world by getting powerful and confident around our money, by changing the way what we choose to spend our money on, choosing what we spend to invest our money in. I know for a lot of people, things like climate change are a big issue right now. So you want to have a say around that. Look at where you're spending your money. Look at the kind of energy that you're buying. Look at the kind of cars that you're buying. Look at all of that, the food packaging that you're buying, the type of food that what we spend our money on makes an impact. And then beyond that, what we invest in makes an impact. You could be an ethical investor. You could choose to invest in not in fossil fuels, for instance, if climate change was your thing. There is so much we can do with our money if we take our power back. But we have to take our power back. The thing that gets in the way of our power around money is lack of confidence. And what's the thing that's under lack of confidence? Bottom line, ladies, it's just fear. It's fear. It might be fear of making a wrong decision, fear of not knowing, fear of all sorts of things. But if you look over the course of your life and things that you've learned, if you don't know how to do something, of course, you're going to have some fear around it if you've never been taught how to do it. But let me ask you this question. Do you know how to tie your shoelace? Of course you do, right? But you might have had some concern or worry if someone had said to you, tie your shoelace right now or else your whole family's going to starve, and you didn't know how to do it. That would cause fear. And in just the same way, no one ever teaches us about money when we're in our learning phase of our life, when we're children. Then we get to adulthood and someone's saying, learn how to sort your money out or else you're not going to be able to put food on the table. And we go, ah, and we have no confidence and we're afraid. So we have to take our power back around money. We have to be able to disengage from the fear and the anxiety and start to recognize that the only thing that's missing is our education. Step one is get ourselves educated. Step two is recognize that you're not alone in the fear and the shame and the guilt or the anger or the whatever feelings you've got around money. It's everybody is feeling those things until we look at it and disengage that stuff. So we need to have a look at that. So we need to learn how money works. We need to learn how to hold on to it, how to invest it, but we also need to look at our emotional relationship to it. And it's for that reason I'd love to invite you along to Wealth Insights, which is our 4 hour, that's 10. Come and learn money from me. I'm a really good counter. 4 hour. Sorry. Oh, if you can't crack yourself up when you're doing a Facebook Live, who can you crack up? There was a bit of a delay. I'm hoping you're laughing with me here. Give me a little laugh if that was amusing for you. Come to our 4-hour tour de force training into money and how we get stuck around it. I'm holding it up in London. It's on two days. You don't have to come both days. You choose one. Come Friday afternoon. It's the 7th of June, or Saturday morning, if that suits you better, the 8th of June, 4 hours. And we're going to dig into all of these aspects around money, because if you go to an IFA, and I just did an interview with the amazing Rebecca Robertson, one of the great IFAs in our B1 community. She's one of our B Wealth mentors. An IFA can really help you out with the strategy around money and help you to learn how money works and budgeting and getting into good products and all of that kind of stuff, right? Absolutely. But you also need the emotional side. And then I meet a lot of people in the spiritual community or personal development community who have been sorting out their abundance issues and letting go of scarcity and feeling really quite amazing around money in general. It doesn't trigger them, but they still don't have any because they're not doing the strategic side. So at Wealth Insights, we kind of have a look at both of those, and we come out of it. You'll leave that 4-hour training, which this year is with me, and you leave that 4-hour training with a bit of a plan and a map for where you're personally stuck around money and how to fix that piece, right? That's what we're up for. Let's help you to diagnose what is it that's holding you stuck. What level of wealth are you at? What's the next iteration for you? And what are the pieces you need to get sorted, educated around, or let go of to go to that next level? The best news is until the 22nd of May, which I think is next Wednesday, we have a lovely early bird special. I mean, it's a cheap as chips event anyway. It's only £37 for the event. But if you register before next Wednesday, you can come along for £27, which means you can spend the £10 on lunch or coffee or investment afterwards. So get yourself registered for that. I'll put the link in the comments box, but it's oneofmany.co.uk/wealth-insights. Wealth Insights. We would love to have you there. And please feel free to bring along friends, a sister, a mother, a daughter, anyone that you would love to help get educated around money. I know a lot of women, even women who've come along to our higher level trainings in the past, Be Wealth and Done Lead the Change, like to come along to Wealth Insights and bring their daughters so that their daughters can get educated around money, right? Let's get women confident and powerful around money so that we can not only be a great example and have an enjoyable life and create a great lifestyle for ourselves and contribute meaningfully to those causes we want to contribute to, but so that we can also be a role model for our children in how to have a healthy relationship with money. That's one of the things I'm really proud of actually as a mum, is the relationship that I have with money and how I'm demonstrating that and showing James how to not grow up with shit around money. And he's doing a great job. I'll share with you in another Facebook Live about how to teach your kids around money. If you're interested, let me know if that'd be interesting for you and I can do one on that too. So my darlings, final question for you, which I'd love to hear, is how confident do you feel around money? And what do you think stops you from being as confident as you would like? I'd like to hear if you're watching this live or if you're coming back and watching the recording later, do let me know for you. How confident do you feel around money? And what stops you being as confident as you would like? All of us have another level to go to, you know. I've noticed that in the business recently, our business has grown so dramatically over the course of the last, 12 months. We've had a massive, and I'm noticing now that because of the numbers of people coming through the community and things, that I've reached another level in terms of my comfort around how to manage the business finances, you know. I'm noticing it for myself. So next week, I'm actually heading over to New York to go deep with a coach and dig out some of my stuff and my old decision making and what's been fueling my decisions so that I can go to the next level. We all need someone to help us with this. So how confident are you and what do you think holds you stuck? What is it that you would like to elevate? It's been lovely to chat with you. Do come and join us at Wealth Insights. It'd be great to see you there, and share this with anyone that you would like. We're going to be taking this and putting it on the One of Many page later too, if you want to share the video with people. I don't think you can share from within here, but we'll see. All right, my darlings, lots of love. I'll catch you on another Facebook Live real soon. See ya.